There's a lot of top talent in the Premier League. There's a lot of young players. We're going to talk about the best players under the age of 21.
Yeah, a lot of good ones, and a lot of them performing really good this year. So,
all right, we're all not going to be surprised by Dan's choice. We're going to let Dan go first.
A little bit of bias here, but I also think he's one of the best. You guys probably think so, too.
I agree, yeah.
Saka from Arsenal. He's had...
Dude, I've had to hear the entire fucking game.
Would you guys chill for...
Yeah, because you can't hear Dan talking because you're static. All right, Dan, talk, please.
So, I'm going with Saka. I think he's just been... Obviously, he's I think he's 20 years old. Or 19, sorry. He's been Arsenal's best player this season. I think that's almost undisputed. He, in a team that does not create much in the beginning of the season, he's been one of our bright spots. He only has 3 goals and 1 assist, but he doesn't need the assists. He creates those chances when we get them. He'll make runs. He'll actually try. He's one of the players that'll play for the badge, And I think they're trying to tie him down. He's also gotten a lot of time with the England national team in the last, I think, 2, call-ups. So he's starting to get noticed. He's starting to, and I think rightfully so. And I think someone just put out I don't remember the source, but the most valuable players in the world right now, and he's like 15th or something, and he has a market value of something crazy, which I would not even imagine. But in a team that has had a lot of darkness this year, he's been one of our bright spots, and I think he's just very technical. He plays good. He plays good going forward. So I'm going with Saka.
All right, Brian.
I'm gonna go with Lamptey from Brighton. He came over from Chelsea. I think it was £3 million, which looking at it now is an absolute steal for them. He's like I said, a young player in the back who's still kind of figuring it out in the Premier League. Beginning of the season, he was getting up the field. He was swinging in crosses. I think he had a goal or 2. He had a couple assists. But what makes him, a great outside back is when he gets up, he can also retreat and recover quickly. He is, in all honesty, one of the fastest outside backs I've seen. This dude can absolutely fly. And most players are slower with the ball at their feet than they're at a dead sprint. He may not be. He can get the ball. He can glide past players. He has quick feet in the back. He knows when to get rid of it, and he knows when to play out of the back or take a player on if he needs to. Like I said, he's obviously the players talking about are still young. There's a learning curve, but I do think that's going to be a player Brighton's going to want to hold on to because going forward, he does have the potential to be a top outside back in the Premier League. So, yeah, I'm going to go Lamptey from Brighton.
He's also been linked, talking about rumors, been linked to Arsenal, actually. I think they're actually interested in bringing him in for Bellerin.
I wouldn't be surprised if bigger teams are looking at him because, like I said, he's a player where if you could he has the defensive abilities, he's quick. He kind of reminds me of Wan-Bissaka in a way where if you could just kind of fine-tune him going forward.
I'm sorry, I'm missing that connection.
I'm talking about the going forward part. Where he's not the best at going forward, he can still fine-tune that a little bit. Like that, I think defensively, he's stronger defensively than he is offensively, in my opinion. So I think if you can fine-tune him a little bit going forward, just maybe get those crosses a little bit better, know when to step on the ball and play it back to the top of the box, instead of swing one in, I think he will be one of the best backs in the league, eventually.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that big teams want him and they want to try and mold him into that.
He's what, 19?
20.
20? Lamptey's
Yep.
20. All right. So my choice, at a surprising 20 years old, Reece James for Chelsea, as a right back this year, has been probably arguably the best right fullback in the league. He's incredible at going forward, but he's also solid defensively, which is hard to find both nowadays. I feel like he seems more mature than a 20-year-old. He understands the game well, his positioning as well, his defending. He does make sometimes the young mistake. But he has the speed to recover for it most of the time, which is what you want. He kind of has a little bit of the Kyle Walker without the complete pace there, but the ability to get up and get back, which is, Walker is, although I have my differences with him. He's a decent player.
What are your differences? He thinks he's good. You don't? You think he's not? You think so?
But I said James.
He's not?
Going into this year, we didn't know if he was going to start, if he was even going to play this year for Chelsea. But I think he's probably been arguably one of their best players consistency-wise this whole season. And like we say, he's only 20. He has so much more room to grow, and like even just built-wise, like he's pretty built for being only 20 years old. Like he competes physically with players that are 27, 28, older players. So
Yeah, I would say he's.
what the fuck are you guys laughing at?
I don't know what he's laughing at, to be dead honest with you.
Oh, that was good.
I don't know what he's
I
laughing
thought your
at.
analysis was good. It made me laugh.
Why?
I
I'm
was
curious.
going to say something about James.
Go ahead.
No, hold on. We're
No,
gonna
no,
talk
I'm
to Dan.
good. I'm good.
Let's talk. Let's stare at Dan and talk to
I'll
him.
say, well, I was saying, yeah, I agree that he's built. He's very physical for his age as a back.
I agree.
He's only 20. I don't know. He's like 6 tall. He's pretty
Big-
tall too.
Yeah, he is. But just real quick, yeah, the players we picked, yeah, there's probably more. Like Garrett mentioned, I think in a previous podcast. Okay, there's probably somebody on Sheffield that maybe Sheffield United. That's probably your favorite team, and he's
Sheffield
like
United.
19, and you think he's the best, and we're not. Sorry,
And it's
our opinions here.
and it's tough because you want to. There's other players that haven't really been given enough time. Like from City, I could talk about Foden, who's just starting and gets has an impact. I could talk about Torres, who just came over, gets signed. But I mean,
Pedro Neto from Wolves.
Pedro
Yeah,
Neto from Wolves.
playing great.
they're just not players that we haven't either seen enough of, or
Yeah.
seen enough of this season. Haven't gotten starts this season that we'd like them to see, like them to get. Sorry.
Yeah, even last year with Greenwood, you could have. This time last year, yeah, I'm saying him. Now, nope.
Yeah, it's
Like it's
all a timing thing.
Yeah. And watch now that I said it, Lamptey's just gonna suck. 3 on goals this week. Wait for it. That's just how it goes for me. That's just how this goes.
3 own goals.